Welcome back to Ninja Star Reviews. I have a review today of something that I have to show you. Very impressive. It's the DJI Osmo Pocket 3 camera. Now, I love it, but is it worth the price? And here's what's cool about this video. It's not one of those videos where it simply shows you all the cool videos it can take. No, I've had this for almost a year now, and as a professional videographer, I can give you the ins and outs and tell you all the pros and cons, and even little helpful tips if you're trying to make the decision to buy this guy. I'm not sponsored by them, nothing like that at all. So this is a completely true, experienced review that I'm going to give to you. All right, number one, if you're looking at buying one of these, we're looking at upwards with the accessories a good $1,000. So that in itself makes you kind of like wince a little bit. But I will tell you, the video output of this is stellar. Okay, I shoot everything in 1080. I have multiple channels, multiple types of things I do for videography. I just do everything in 1080, but obviously the 4K on this is fantastic. It just takes up, as you know, so much hard drive space. So beautiful. Another thing that I like about this, let me go ahead and turn it on right now. You can see it's just flip it and it puts it into a landscape mode. What I can do is at this, here's me, I can either do it like this, or I can, of course, you're gonna be looking at it from your point of view. We're gonna look at the camera. You can see that you can actually do vlogging of yourself. Pretty neat. So I love that you can do that because obviously I want to be able to film in this direction, but also have it so I can talk into it and of course get used to looking at the camera and not simply the screen. It's very easy to switch, by the way, between even formats. I like everything in landscape format. A lot of people love the horizontal, or sorry, the vertical that you do for like, Facebook Reels or Instagram Reels, etc. That's fine. It can easily switch between the two. In fact, I use it for both. Another thing about this too is I find there's nothing worse when you're trying to film when it's low light conditions. This is stellar. It does excellent in low light conditions and picks up a lot of resolutions. In fact, even more than I typically would expect it to. All right, so what else? Transitions. Look at this. As I turn it back and forth, notice the head on this has a little bit of a lag. That gives you really nice transitions, by the way. So let's say I'm filming something here, then I switch it to here. It will slowly move and pan over and give you beautiful, seamless movements for this. Absolutely gorgeous. When you look at as far as the videoscape of it, the gimbal can actually be moved by a joystick. Oops, sorry, I just shut it off. It can be moved by the joystick. The joystick can actually be programmed to change for focus, or I can actually just use the joystick to turn it. That's cool. Go up and down, etc. I can zoom in and out. And then, of course, on board the camera, it has a microphone. Now, I love, this is included with it, by the way, a lapel microphone. And the version I'm going to link below, by the way, I'm going to link a couple of them. This is the one I bought that has this lapel mic. And if you do any type of wanting decent audio, this is the one what you're going to want to have. Because I want you to understand something. In videography, 90% of your videos you make is audio. And in your mind, you think, no, it's all about video. No, it's audio. Because if you don't have good audio, nobody wants to watch it. It looks terrible. This lapel mic, especially with a wind muff on here, the dead cat, it's a beautiful thing because it picks up sound incredibly well. And what's nice about it is this is not aftermarket where you have to try to get them sync up. You turn this on, it will automatically connect. It's a great thing. The last thing about this has what's called ActiveTrack. Now, one of the things I film, by the way, is I'm a martial artist. And as I'm showing techniques, I put this on a tripod. I don't need to have somebody hold it, but literally as I move around, the camera will follow me. And you can program it very quickly, a matter of a couple of seconds, to say, I want it to follow that person like me. And as I walk around and do my martial arts techniques, etc., the camera will stay with me wherever I go. Something else too, by the way, I like about this set is it actually has this tripod unit, which is important because when we talk about as far as the batteries go, the batteries are my favorite part. Because I want you to understand when you look at this Pocket, this is the camera. Very tiny. It can fit in your pocket. I always caution about that, as you'll see in a minute. I'll talk about the cons. But you'll see how small it is. Included in this is a battery. So I could film. Uh-oh, my batteries are getting low. And I take another battery, and as I film, granted you'll hear clicking sound, now I can literally have it so this battery is charging up the battery inside here. It'll last quite a while longer. I'm filming. Uh-oh, this battery's getting low. Disconnect it. And then connect another one. And obviously, it's very quick and easy. I have some other different brand cameras. It's not that easy. It's kind of a pain. I love this, especially for the fact that it gives you a bigger holding area to be able to film. And the battery packs, I mean, from actual DJI, they're probably expensive, but when we're talking about buying aftermarket ones, they work perfectly fine with this. They're inexpensive. All right, the negatives. And by the way, I'm going to go through some helpful hints in a minute, some tips to seriously consider if you're thinking about getting one of these. Stay through the video. Let's talk about the negatives. Now, I love the 3D gimbal. It's fantastic that I can actually, have it so it moves around and do whatever I want it to. I've heard it's fragile. I was doing some filming in Orlando and I came across another guy who had one of these. He's like, "Oh, did you buy the special insurance on it?" And I'm like, "What are you talking about?" And he goes, "If you hit it, the gimbals, I'm not going to say they break easy, but obviously it's something you have to watch out for. Something to watch out for." Now, what they do in the set I get, it has a connector. I put it here somewhere. There it is. And the connector makes it so literally I can just take this and put it on here. Even more so, look, now I have this whole thing I can carry around. But I'll be honest with you, truth be told, this little plastic sleeve, which protects it, is good if you're actually doing more long term. I don't worry about it carrying it so much. I worry about it while I'm filming. I'm scared that I'm going to knock it over, or possibly one of my kids might knock it over. And having the gimbal break, if you don't have the insurance especially, would be practically catastrophic. How expensive would that be? A lot. So anyway, it can fit in your pocket, but I always worry about the little gimbal on there with that. So I always take very good care of it. Now, I mentioned that the wireless mic that's included with it, connects with it, is incredible. One of the best microphones I've used for a lot of my videography equipment. The camera itself has its own microphones, plural. And you can go in the settings and change which one you want to work. But I've found that unless I'm right here talking to it, let's say I'm doing some type of vlogging, the sound is not excellent. The sound is good, but not excellent. I would give it 75 to 80% as far as the rating goes. With the lapel mic, 100%. But with this, I don't know. If you're just filming some B-reel and everything's just fine, or you're doing vlogging, hey, how you doing today? The microphone on here is adequate. But if you want to do the real stuff, that's why I buy the unit that actually has a lapel mic, because that's something I would do. All right, the joystick on it. It's cool. It's fun. You know what? I'm going to move over here. I'm going to move back over here. I can double click it to center it. That's great, but it's clunky. Because watch, if I go like this, the transition is very smooth, very smooth. But if I actually am recording and I'm filming here, then suddenly I want to change my attention to over here, it goes, whook. It's clunky. It's not a nice transition. I wish they had it so you could hit it and it would slowly move and slow back down, just like you would do if you're moving like this. Not a huge no-seller, but there you go. All right, some other things you want to consider is make sure you get a good, proper SD card. In the requirements, it always tells you which one to use. Since I record everything in 1080, I simply have a 512 gigabyte SD card in it, and it'll record nonstop for 24 hours, way more than I ever need. I would still recommend getting the 1 terabyte. And I'll link it below, by the way, if you want to pick up the right card for this. The card's amazing. I have other cameras from other vendors. The SD cards will sometimes cause errors. In this one, I've never had that happen. Fantastic. Also, I always get screen protectors. You can get a screen protector set, which I'll link below, which is for this screen and for this screen. I couldn't imagine it breaking, but I wouldn't even want to go there as well. Lastly, the batteries. These generic batteries are fantastic. I think I paid $30 each for them. They're all USB-C charging, including the camera itself. And that's great because literally I can use one, put the other ones on charge, take it, put it back on, and off I go. Now, something else about this, what I really like about the tripod is I just keep this on my desk with the USB plugged into my computer. So when I get home after filming, I will simply just connect that on my desk and the computer's like, oh, there it is. And I'll download all my videos from the camera. This, even though this is a battery, just stays on my desk. I don't take it out with me, even though that's what it's designed for. Instead, I have tons of these batteries. In fact, you'll even see here, I have a tripod connection on this one. I even have a different tripod connection on this one for the different tripods. So that way I can just put it on, turn on the active search so it follows me around, and it's a beautiful, beautiful system. So here's the thing. I'm going to link it below for the camera, the battery, screen protector, SD card, etc. But it's totally up to you if you want to get it. I've had many, 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 many cameras. I mean, countless cameras. I'm such a camera junkie nerd, but it is my business. I'm a professional videographer. And this is, without a doubt, without even second note, my favorite. when I discovered this baby, I was like, oh yeah, this is what I've been looking for. And now that I've been using it for a year, if I had more thumbs, I would give it 2 thumbs up. I'd give it more than just 2 thumbs up. Simply incredible system. So I'll link it all below. We're Amazon affiliates. If you do click it and buy it, we get a portion of the sale. Your price doesn't change, but we say thank you because I put this stuff out. I put out the reviews for you. And I hope you found this review to be very helpful. If so, give me a thumbs up and comment too. Do you have this camera? What camera do you use now? I'd like to hear about it. Thanks for watching, everybody, and following along, and we'll see you next time.